I yelled, Darl. On the horse, he rode up to Armisted's. No. On the horse, he rode up to Armstead's and came back on the horse, leading Armstead's team. We hitched up and laid Cash on top of Addy. When we laid him down, he vomited again, but he got his head over the wagon bed in time. Okay, we hitched up and laid Cash on top of Addy. When we laid him down, he vomited again, but he got his head over the wagon bed in time. He taken a lick in the stomach too, Vernon said. The horse may have kicked him in the stomach too, I said. Did he kick you in the stomach, Cash? He tried to say something. Dewey Dale wiped his mouth again. What's he say? Vernon said. What is it, Cash? Dewey Dale said. She leaned down. His tools, she said. Vernon got them and put them into the wagon. Dewey Dale lifted Cash's head so we could see. We drove on, Dewey Dale and I sitting beside Cash to steady him, and he riding on ahead on the horse. Vernon stood watching us for a while, then he turned and went back toward the bridge. He walked gingerly, beginning to flap the wet leaves of his shirt as though he had just got wet. He was sitting the horse before the gate. Armstead was waiting at the gate. We stopped and he got down, and we lifted Cash down and carried him into the house where Mrs. Armstead had the bed ready. We left her and Dewey Dale undressing him. We followed Pa out to the wagon. He went back and got into the wagon and drove on. We following on foot into the lot. The wedding had helped because Armstead said, "You're welcome to the house. You can put it there." He followed, leading the horse, and stood beside the wagon, the reins in his hand. "I thank you," Pa said. "We'll use in the shed yonder. I know it's a imposition on you." "You're welcome to the house," Armstead said. He had that wooden look on his face again, that bold, surely, highly colored, rigid look, like his face and his eyes were two colors of wood, the wrong one pale and the wrong one dark. His shirt was beginning to dry, but it still clung close upon him when he moved. "She would appreciate it," Pa said. We took the team out and rolled the wagon back under the shed. One side of the shed was open. "It won't rain under," Armstead said, "but if you'd rather." Back of the barn was some rusted sheets of tin roofing. We took two of them and propped them against the open side. "You're welcome to the house," Armstead said. "I thank you," Pa said. "I take it right kind if you'd give them a little snack." "Sure," Armstead said. "Lula'll have Lula, her name's Lula. Lula'll have supper ready soon as she gets Cash comfortable." He had gone back to the horse, and he was taking the saddle off, his damp shirt lapping flat to him when he moved. Pa wouldn't come in the house. "Come in and eat," Armstead said. "It's nigh ready." "I wouldn't crave nothing," Pa said. "I thank you." "You come in and dry and eat," Armstead said. "It'll be all right here." "It's for her," Pa said. "It's for her sake I'm taking the food. I got no team, no nothing, but she will be grateful to a one of you." "Sure," Armstead said. "You folks come in and dry." But after Armstead gave Pa a drink, he felt better. And when we went in to see about Cash, he hadn't come in with us. When I looked back, he was leading the horse into the barn. He was already talking about getting another team. And by supper time, he had good as bought it, as horses. I think they're mules, though, right? And by supper time, he had good as bought it. He is down there in the barn, sliding fluidly past the gaudy lunging squirrel. Past the gaudy, Gaudy, lunging squirrel, into the stall with it. He climbs onto the manger and drags the hay down and leaves the stall and seeks and finds the curry comb. Then he returns and slips quickly past a single crashing thumb and up against the horse where he cannot overreach. He applies the curry comb, holding himself within the horse's striking radius with the agility of an acrobat, cursing the horse in a whisper of obscene caress. Its head flashes back, tooth cropped. Its eyes roll in the dust like marbles on a gaudy velvet cloth as he strikes it upon the face with the back of the curry comb. So he says, then he returns. He down there, climbed into the manger. Cursing the horse in a whisper of obscene caress. All right, that was the end of, I believe that was Darl, right? Yeah, it was the end of Darl.